Hello, Recapers! Today's movie starts with a young man, Bastien, and his family drive up to the countryside to spend the summer at a friend's lakeside cottage. Upon arriving, they're confused to find that no one is around and the power is out. Still, they get settled, and the parents even take a dip in the lake despite the evening darkness. A storm brews not long after their arrival, so the family later sleeps through the rain. In the middle of the night, Bastien wakes up to find the shadowy figure of a young woman in front of him. The figure then settles into the bed next to his, and Bastien drifts back to sleep. In the morning, he finds that his mother's best friend and the cottage owner, Louise, has returned. As they prepare breakfast, Bastien asks his mother, Violette, for his gaming console, so she points him to the piano where she left it. The young man then gets distracted by the piano while his little brother, Titi, gets scolded for eating chips before breakfast. Louise asks her daughter, Chloé, if she woke the brothers up last night, but the young woman just complains about the boys being in her bedroom. She then heads back to her room, but her mother orders her to take the brothers to the port, even threatening to confiscate her phone if she doesn't. With no choice, Chloé does as she's told. While Titi plays on the lakeside, Bastien watches Chloé enjoy the sun. His brother then shows him the rocks he collected, and Bastien urges him to collect more, claiming they can sell them. After Bastien's brother leaves, Bastien offers Chloé a drink. Chloé is upset because Bastien lied to his brother to make him go away. She asks if Bastien has a phone, and he says he will get one on his next birthday. Bastien goes back to sit by the lake. Chloé takes off her clothes and jumps into the water. She asks him to join her, but he only walks into the water with his clothes on and does not swim. Chloé teases him and talks about a story of a child who drowned in the lake. Bastien explains that he almost drowned before and is afraid. Chloé goes underwater. Later, Chloé lies in the middle of the road. Bastien and his brother show her photos they took of her, but she says she does not look dead enough. The next day, both families take a boat to the house of Louise's boyfriend, Brian. Bastien keeps watching Chloé. While the adults talk, Chloé takes Bastien to a pond and shares wine with him. They talk about strange thoughts and death. Their moment ends when Chloé, Nime's friends, arrive. Chloé invites Bastien to come with them. They walk through the woods and go swimming. One boy says something grabbed him in the water, but the others do not believe him. When they dare each other to swim, Bastien leaves and goes back alone. On the way, Chloé scares him as a joke and then walks home with him. Bastien gets sick from the wine, and Chloé helps him wash in the bathroom and shower. Later that night, Bastien finds Chloé swimming alone in the lake. The next day, Chloé stays in bed while others go out. Bastien hears her arguing on the phone. That night, Bastien asks his mother about the drowning story, but she says it is not true. One day, Bastien sees someone dressed in white near the lake and panics, pushing them into the water. It turns out to be Chloé playing a trick. She is angry that he did not try to save her, but then invites him to a party. Bastien helps her get ready, and they leave together. During their walk, Chloé wonders if they'll be ghosts when they die. Bastien answers that they may not have a choice. The woman then shares that she believes ghosts don't know they're dead. They soon arrive at the party, where Chloé offers her guest a drink. She also encourages him to find someone he likes, wondering what attracts him. Just then, Oliver finds them and leads them to the backyard, where Stan and their friends are. The men start sharing questionable videos among themselves, and Stan even offers to let Bastien watch, despite Chloé's protests. Despite not liking what he saw, Bastien pretends not to be bothered. With Bastien wearing a ghost mask and being under the influence, he becomes confident and starts impressing the crowd with his moves. Soon, he gets tired of dancing, so he hangs back and watches Chloé play around with Oliver. Feeling a sense of jealousy, Bastien returns to the crowd. To calm his emotions, Bastien walks out of the party and bites his hand, daring himself to make it bleed to prove that he's strong. However, it doesn't work. He then finds a dead deer on the road, seemingly having been run over. Bastien ignores it and continues making his way home. Later, as he sleeps, he asks how the party went, and Chloé shares that they stopped dancing shortly after he left. The neighbors then complained about the noise, so they had to end the night early. Chloé also mentions that she saw her ex-boyfriend there, prompting Bastien to ask why they broke up. She invites him over to her bed so they can talk without waking his brother, and Bastien carefully uses the blanket to keep himself covered. With him next to her, Chloé explains that Jackson broke up with her because she refused to do the things he asked for. The next day, Chloé tells Bastien to dress like a ghost so she can take a scary photo of him. She challenges him to prove he is not afraid of water, so he walks deeper into the lake while she dares him to keep going. Chloé pretends she will show herself to him if he goes further, but then runs away. Bastien comes back to shore and sees her talking to Oliver. Feeling upset, he goes home alone. Soon, however, Bastien's parents discuss going back to the city the following day. During lunch, Chloé also receives a troubling message that makes her walk away from the table. Worried, Bastien follows her to the kitchen, but Chloé calls him a liar before rushing out. She takes her bike for a ride to clear her head and doesn't return until late at night. Hearing her arrive, Bastien pretends to sleep, only to find that Chloé just picks up her jacket before riding off again. This time, Bastien follows her to a bonfire where she's hanging out with her friends. Seeing him, Stan welcomes him to their hangout and brings up the rumors that he had slept with Chloé. This is apparently what made the woman angry at him, so upon noticing him there, Chloé avoids Bastien. Through the night, Bastien watches as Chloé gets closer to Oliver, making him jealous. The two eventually head into the woods, and Bastien grows worried about what will happen between them. He tries to ignore it and bonds with the rest of the group, even trying a cigarette for the first time. Soon, daylight comes, marking the last day of Bastien's stay. He goes to the lake, where he finds Chloé kissing Oliver. Suddenly, one of the others asks Oliver if they can steal some wine from his father. Instead of heading to his house, the group dares each other to swim across the lake to Brian's place. Bastien hesitates, but when the others urge him to follow, he cautiously tries swimming. However, he's too slow and can't keep up, eventually disappearing into the water. After some time, Violet and Romain pack up and bid Brian and Louise goodbye. Before returning to the city, they visit the other side of the lake with Titi, where there's a memorial for Bastien, who became the kid who drowned in the lake in Chloé's story. Like in her story, Bastien's ghost struggles to accept that he's already dead. He desperately runs back to Chloé's house home, where he finds the woman still mourning him. Bastien calls to her, and after a while, Chloé looks back, seemingly hearing the boy who made her ghost stories finally come true. And that's how our story ends. What did you think about the ending? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown.